Hello, this is a website that I made for exploring chess endgames up to 6 pieces based on Suzuki table bases. The cool and unique thing about this website is that it shows many chess positions in a single image. So it shows you for a bunch of different chess positions whether they're winning, drawing, or losing. In this example here, we have a chessboard where we can see two kings and a black rook. And now we ask, where would we have to place an extra white rook on this board in order for the game to be winning for white or drawing for white with white to move? And the colors you show us, if we're anywhere where we can directly attack the black rook, then it's a win for white because we can just take the rook and then we win with king and rook versus king. Otherwise we don't have an attack and it's a draw. And this gets more complicated if we have the same position but with black to move, and now the coloring is based on whether black wins or draws. And here we can again see that the black rook wins by capturing a white rook directly, or black can also win by using the king to capture a white rook directly adjacent to the king. And then black also wins if the white rook is in the corner here, and that's because the black rook can come down and check the king. The king has to step up to one of these three squares out of the check, and then the black rook can capture the rook that's in the corner here, and again, and then black can win with a king and rook versus king. And on this website we can also move around the pieces here. We can see what happens if we move this rook around. Where you can say replace the extra piece and ask what happens if white has a queen instead. Turns out if white has a queen in this position, white just always wins. Or we can also add more pieces to the board like this. And maybe use a pawn as the extra piece, and now we have a situation where it gets a bit more interesting. Another position we could look at that has a lot of regularity is if both sides, is if white has some bishops, well, one bishop for white and then a bishop as the extra piece. Here we can see that whether it's a win or a draw depends mainly on whether the two bishops are on same colored squares or differently colored squares. And we get this nice checker pattern. Where if the two bishops are on differently colored squares, it's win for white, and if they're on the same colors, it's a draw. And then we could also look at some really complicated messy endgame, like rook, knight, and pawn versus queen, rook, knight, and pawn versus a black queen. Right. And this is like one of the most complicated positions with 6 pieces. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces on the board, and this extra piece here which makes 6 pieces. And here, for example, you can see that if white has a knight like on these green squares, white is winning. If the knight is in this corner here, white is losing. And I would not be able to tell you why. This is too complicated for me. I'm only like, I don't know, like 600 elo. My brain just can't fathom this. Anyway, I figured this might be interesting to some people to play around with chess endgame positions. And yeah, that's it.